I am the Doctor, this is my section. Earth is under my protection. Planet of birth is Gallifrey. I've got 2 hearts, your life is saved. Run into the Master Raw Missy. Come on, Alonzo. Alonzi. I am a Time Lord. No, I'm not rich. 12 bodies a man. Now it's time for a switch. Don't look like that. I'm in great health. You were expecting someone else? Regeneration. Oh, such fun. When I say run, run, run. What's that, my boy? Peace and sanity. Sorry, mustache. Reverse the polarity. Sometimes I'm north, but always a limey, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Jump in the TARDIS, go for a ride. It's bigger on the inside. Exploring all of time and space. Oh, what's that? Exterminate.
Cybermen or Daleks, maybe.
Would you like a jelly baby? Time's ticking, we'd best go. A new adventure, Geronimo. I am fantastic, so are you. Best come with me. I'm Doctor Who. Oh. Welcome to a brand new episode of D4WH. I am your host, such a genius for war. I'm Adam O'Sullivan.
You do have a genius for war.
Yes, I do. Joined as always by my co-host, the enemy of the Daleks. It's Nicchia Schutz.
That's me. And just to get in the spirit of when you do your opening, I want to say hello, Adam.
That wasn't very long. I'm going to have to teach you how to do that. I'm sorry.
You are. I'm very impatient to just get on with it.
I'm worried that when the student becomes the master, then you will no longer need me on this podcast.
Oh, well, I am working on that. I have actually been auditioning people while you've...
Good. Yeah. Great. Fantastic. How have they been doing?
Oh, look, not so good. Not so good.
Are they willing to edit the episode?
No.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
There's the fall down in my plan.
Good luck with that. Good luck replacing me.
Having to edit my own short podcast, I understand that, there's a reluctance to jump on that wagon.
It's just the two of us today. We are looking at evolution.
Hang on. Just the two of us and nobody else in sight. Oh, sorry.
No guest today. It's just the two of us. It was Easter and I forgot to schedule a guest.
Well, I mean, who likes guests, really?
Who likes guests? We do.
Yeah, who likes short shorts?
So we're going to start, as we sometimes do, it's time to give it a D-Whirl with Doctor Who in real life.
Woo!
Build-A-Bear in the UK released a range of Doctor Who-themed bears. It started in February 2020 with a 13th Doctor Bear and her sonic screwdriver, and a 10th Doctor Bear with a blue suit, overcoat, his sonic screwdriver, and 3D glasses.
Oh,
how cute.
How gorgeous. When's my Matt Smith Doctor coming? Build-A-Bear coming.
Then in February 2021, they added 2 new bears, a second 10th Doctor Bear in a brown suit with overcoat and sonic screwdriver and the Doctor's iconic glasses, and an 11th Doctor outfit with sonic screwdriver and a little fez.
Oh, yay!
It's so adorable.
I know. I would hug it and kiss it and call it George.
Hugging and kissing the bear. It's weird.
It's just like Matt Smith, but he's really not there.
Your husband's in the room and he's feeling left out.
Who gives a shit?
We all shout.
I don't know why we're not writing songs.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. We are wasting our talent.
We may have just given an example why we don't write songs.
Yeah, probably.
It took all of my willpower not to buy them straight away, but thankfully the shipping to Australia was crazy.
Yeah. I very, very lucky to have a cousin in the UK who bought me a Children in Need 13th Doctor bear last year, and she's sending it's arrived, and she's sending it over in the next couple of weeks. And she sent me a photo, and it's gorgeous. Aww. So I don't know if you listen, Rosie, but thank you. I love you. I am now your slave for life.
Oh my! Wow, is that all it takes?
That's it.
Wow, I would have bought you a bear ages ago.
It's got to be a Doctor Who bear that I couldn't get at the shop.
Fuck.
Yeah, put some effort in.
Apparently, it just costs £50 to make you a slave.
Yeah, pretty much.
The bears were available on the UK and US Build-A-Bear websites. The blue 10th Doctor Bear is completely sold out everywhere, as well as a plush Dalek that was also available.
God, Daleks.
On the US store, the second 10th Doctor Bear is sold out as well, so we know which version they like the most. However, on the UK website, it's the 13th Doctor Bear that is completely sold out.
I don't know what is wrong with people that it's not the 11th Doctor Bear. I mean, yes, I like the 10th, and yes, I like Jodie, but, you know.
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to buy one or the other, you might as well just buy them all.
But the 11th Doctor is like, you know, your best bloody mate. I don't get this. Anyway.
Our episode today is Evolution of the Daleks, Series 3, Episode 5. Written by Helen Rayner and directed by Jane Strong. Originally aired on the BBC Saturday, April 28th, 2007. We start, as we always do, with a short synopsis, which I haven't written.
It's part 2 of the first one.
Yeah, it's part 2 of the first one.
Yeah.
Dalek Sec is a Dalek-human hybrid.
Oh, God.
He's trying to take over everything, but the Daleks don't like that. Spider-Man's there. It's all good, baby.
The Daleks don't like it because he doesn't look like them. And I got to tell you, if one of my rellies turned up with those tentacles hanging off their head, moving with a face that long and that one stupid eye, I'd kill him too.
The Daleks hate human Dalek hybrids if they can think for themselves. They're totally okay as long as that thing looks like a human but is controlled by the Daleks, apparently.
Yeah, or they're a pig slave. I don't get the Daleks. I was so pleased that this was part 2, which meant I didn't have to watch another one after this. I think I'm going through Dalek. I've just had
Overload,
too much. Dalek Overload. I'm over them. I don't know what else they can do that's with them other than they do the same thing. We're going to take over the world. We hate anyone who's not like us. The Doctor's the enemy. Oh, we're defeated. Hey, you know.
Oh, they always throw a twist in and like, I'm a Dalek you can trust. Ha. No, you can't.
It's like Satan turns up and says, you know what, I want to be your best friend. Really? You can trust me? Okay.
Do you think every time the pig slaves walk in, they're like, you are not a Dalek, exterminate. Wait, what are you doing? They are our slaves. They are helping us. I know, but it doesn't look like a Dalek. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to exterminate him.
It's just a reaction. I was triggered.
Oh, look, there's another pig slave. Exterminate. I'm sorry. It's just my programming.
The one thing I got out of this one is finally, even if he's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, Dalek Sec, he finally gets it.
Yeah.
We're not winning, guys. You know, that's like somebody turning up to Wile E. Coyote and going, you know what? It's not working out.
Yeah. Here's a gun. How about you just use that to try and shoot the bird?
Crazy.
Dalek Sec has become a human Dalek hybrid, and considering how much the Daleks hate humans, presumably kills himself. End of episode. Yeah.
It's an interesting having a Dalek with a Manhattan accent. And those shoes, they could have taken those off him. It's just
we should emulate the humans. Come over here, baby.
It just was... I just couldn't take him seriously.
All right. Shall we talk about the elephant in the room? Sorry, the 6 thick, long appendages in the room. Dalek Sec has turned into a Dalek hybrid human with 6 dicks on his head.
Yes, he has. And they're nervous.
Yeah.
They twitch and they
Every
point.
time they have the shot from behind Dalek Sec, I'm like, please don't. It is disgusting.
We just didn't need that. It just doesn't work. And it makes his head so long that you feel like his poor neck is having trouble keeping that big thing up.
Also, I wonder if he can see out of that mask because his eyes are being covered over. They've just got that eye in the middle. So unless they've hooked up a camera to the eye so he can actually see, he's just blindly going, I'm acting now.
Yeah, and it was too much. He couldn't. It was really hard to act through it, I thought. But it did. It reminded me of when my one of my kids was born. They had an enormous head, like a box head. Like it could have rested a beer on top of it. And it took them probably till they were 3 or 4 to grow into their head. And people would look at them. I remember this little girl at the shopping centre went, Mom, look at the little baby. Hasn't it got a big head?
Now, your ex was previously one of the blockheads from Gumby, is that correct?
He had a very big head. And luckily my child grew into their head, but there were times...
grew into their head.
But there were times when I did worry.
Their head never their head stayed the same size, but their body grew bigger.
I thought it was going to be Pinky in the Brain.
By the time they reached 30, they had a tiny head and a giant body. Mom, I'm a freak.
I just think my child had more trouble learning to hold their head up because it was so
also because
heavy.
you kept resting your beer on their head, so it was difficult for them to keep their head up.
Stay still, sweetie. Mummy's still drinking.
I tell you what they needed in this episode. They needed that Australian director, so when they brought out Dalek Sec, they'd be like, Jesus, it looks like 6 penises. Put a cape on every single one of them.
Put a hat on it. I really didn't like the prosthetic. I didn't like it.
I understand what they're going for, that they've got the suit to cover up the body and then they want the hands and the face to look Dalek-ish.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh.
No, I think they could have, that was just one of the possible designs. I think they should have kept, brainstorming and got something that didn't look like twitchy penises.
But multiple people had to sign off on it. Someone drew it.
Oh, no.
Russell T Davies went, yep, that's the design we're going to go with. Someone built it, went, it looks like 6 dicks on a face.
Yeah.
Russell T Davies went, perfect, I love it. They made the prosthetic. Russell T Davies is like, it's everything I hoped it would be. They put it on the actor, and maybe the actor couldn't see out, and he's like, oh, thanks for having me on the show, and he sees the episode, he's like, Jesus, is that what I fucking look like? Oh, take my name off the episode, please.
Do you think at some point someone went, you know what it needs? Twitching dicks.
Twitching dicks,
It needs twitching dicks.
Oh, look, it'll look fine once the dicks are twitching. Can we start calling them tentacles, please?
Oh.
Yeah, but they do look like dicks. Yeah, but they are tentacles.
Look, when they kill him, I go, oh, thank God they put him out of his misery, for God's sake.
Oh, God.
Because if that guy walked by a mirror, it was all going to be over.
And they're, like, the ends, the thing that is probably the most disgusting is they look like giant carrots, and then the ends are, like, white, like the head of, like, a pimple or something. I was like, it's so disgusting. The only thing that would have been worse is if they had been dripping, like, oh yeah, they've got slime off them. Yeah, but does the slime have to be white? Oh yeah, it's got to be white. It's got to be white, glowing, glistening. They say that the Dalek slime is actually good for your skin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, men tell you that all the time. What I think would have worked better for the story is if he'd looked more human, because that would have been what would drive the other Daleks to not like him. But because he just looked like, a walking Dalek blob, just didn't work for me.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the half human, half Dalek. I understand that. Maybe make the hands tentacles or something. I know, I mean, look, I know that they're trying to save money, but also they have animatronics in the freaking tentacles that are squirming all over the place. Yeah. So just put some prosthetic fingers on and be like, oh, I've got tentacle hands.
Oh my God. You imagine getting cornered by that. It'd be hands and dicks all over you.
Oh my God. But also does he wake up and he's like, oh, Jesus, I've felt things that I haven't felt for thousands of years, and I've got a penis. You've got 6 of them on your face. What? Get me a mirror.
Do you think he sleeps on them wrong? And one's sticking up in the
How
morning?
does he sleep now?
He's got the alfalfa sticking up for him. Oh, damn, I can't get my penis to sit down.
I've understood the root of humanity. It's to bone.
Yeah.
Find me a woman straight away.
Oh, God, she'd have to be very drunk, very dead.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Well, they've got thousands of people, so...
Oh, sorry.
He also has an exposed brain, which I imagine makes him really easy to take down.
Yeah, I would think so too, just to spike through that puppy.
There's a reason why evolution hasn't evolved humans to have an exposed brain sticking out.
Yeah, I mean, he's completely lost his casing or any sort of armament, and he doesn't even have a skeleton. Yeah. And he should have looked more human in the face, because that would have explained to me in a better way why the Daleks didn't trust him.
Yeah, sure.
Unless they just looked at it and went, oh, we do not want to look that bad. No way.
6 penises? No, thank you. All you got to do is get up behind him and poke his brain. He's like, oh, I can't stop moving.
Why is my left arm going up and down?
Stop poking yourself. Stop poking yourself.
Could be fun.
The Doctor hides so the Daleks don't see him, but then quickly reappears. So great hiding.
Yeah, how stupid are they?
Yeah.
I know there's only 4 of them, but come on.
The cult of Skaro evaded the Doctor at the end of Doomsday due to the emergency temporal shift which roasted all their energy. So I'm sure they won't have enough energy to be able to do it again, right?
Oh, well, of course they do.
Dalek Sec feels human emotions but believes that the human desire for war and power is similar to the Daleks. Jeez, the Daleks are always comparing either the Doctor or humans to themselves.
I know. I mean,
you are like us. You are also like us. You are like us. Quack. That's a duck.
yeah, so insecure. They're just so insecure.
Everything's like us, but also not enough like us.
Yeah.
Kill it all.
You're like us, but not enough. I kill you all. I don't get them.
The Doctor tries to convince the Daleks that humans have music to fall in love to, but he doesn't even give them a chance to react when he uses the sonic on the radio and causes a racket to escape.
I love Doctor Who, and I love the silliness and the quirkiness and the humour and all of that. But I was sitting there thinking, why did they just let him prattle on about stuff? Why at some point do they not just go, kill him?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
There's multiple times in this episode where a Dalek has a chance to shoot the Doctor and goes, maybe not.
I know. And then the Doctor, at the end, could have wiped out Dalek Khan. But no, I'll show you compassion. What is wrong with you? They have no
I don't want another genocide to happen. Yeah, the genocide happened because of the Daleks.
Exactly. If you get rid of Hitler, we'll all be better off. I don't get it.
Oh, but no, we should take the Nazis and we put them on another planet.
Yeah. And we show them compassion.
Yeah, we show them compassion.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh, at one point, one of the Daleks is like, I'm going to shoot you, Doctor. I'm going to shoot you. While Dalek Sec, slowly gets to his feet because the prosthetic is obviously so... He's like, I'm almost up. And like, ooh, I'm going to shoot you. Just wait. And he's like, all right, I'm up. All right, I'm going to shoot you now. Takes him so long to get up.
I know, but then other people just go, excuse me, exterminate. You're like, oh, what? I just want to know where the library books were.
Yeah. The humans find their way out of the sewers, so the Daleks send their pig slaves home instead of after them, giving them plenty of time to prepare.
Why did they have to have pig slaves?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
I don't understand
Just to have another monster. It's like all that money they put into prosthetics. They've got the idea of humans that have been taken over by the Daleks. Wouldn't it be more interesting if this was like a body snatchers, invasion of the body snatchers, where they could, use humans in plain sight and anyone could be a Dalek sympathizer,
Absolutely. And then Laszlo could be pretending, so he's the spy inside. So he didn't have to have great big tusks and a big, honking nose that the Doctor apparently couldn't fix.
Oh, yeah.
Yet had it been Martha, he would have been able to fix it. Annoys me.
Dalek Just and Khan discuss their apprehensions about Dalek Sec in the most insane sci-fi secret work conversation about a co-worker ever. Do I hate how Dalek Sec eats my lunch all the time? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, affirmative.
Isn't it good that we're all connected up to the same thing? I hope no one is listening into this conversation.
But I did like the way one of them says something and then the other one turns his head all the way around. I stalk all the way around and they goes, affirmative. Like, come on. You four are connected.
Yeah.
They are connected.
I mean, props to the Dalek operators because the sneaky side glances that they can do with basically just a rotating head and a friggin' ball on the end of it is amazing.
It is. They are alive.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell, and the music gives it a little bit too, but you can tell that they're having a little sneaky word or they're not very sure of something, and it's just, the casing. So absolutely, they are so magnificent.
Like later on when the Doctor is talking to Dalek Sec, you can see the Daleks looking at each other in the background. I was like, oh, top-notch work.
Yeah. Amazing.
Back at Hooverville, the Doctor urges them to get away from the Daleks, but Solomon refuses to leave. Anyway, there's not enough time because the pig slaves attack immediately.
Oh, God, that made me laugh. When the sentry, the guy who's been waiting there for them, and then he runs in, they're coming, and Solomon goes, oh, he must have seen something.
Yeah.
You think?
What happens is Solomon goes, he must have seen them. The guy runs in and goes, I've just seen them. And I'm like, is there another guy going to be like, hey, a guy just seen him, a guy just seen him, a guy just seen him, a guy just seen him.
It's just the most obvious thing. Oh, he must have seen something. No, it's just an ant bit me on the foot.
I'm scared of the dark. Oh, I thought he'd seen something. That's a shame.
He is the worst guy to be put on the guard.
Martha says they should try and hold them off until daylight. But why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, does she think because they don't want anyone to see them? Who's hanging around?
Yeah, they have literally shown themselves to everybody now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, the sun, they're not going to melt.
But they're not vampires.
No.
They can come out during the day.
I just don't know what that was and why everyone didn't just bugger off and scatter.
Yeah.
Because I would.
Daleks Just and Khan turn up and start the attack, choosing to shoot all of the potentially abandoned buildings, except for the massive group of people standing in the middle of Hooverville like sitting ducks.
I know.
Yeah. Also, they have a lack of energy because they've had to use all of it for their temporal shift, but they can still fly, guys.
Yeah.
They can still fly.
That's what I didn't get. And I've got to say, this particular sequence, I've fast-forwarded through.
Solomon tries to reason with the Daleks. I don't know why, but he is exterminated.
The Doctor tries to reason. He never gets exterminated.
Well, he's a main character.
Oh, God.
Probably the only bit of that I liked was Dalek Sec gasping when Solomon is exterminated. He goes, and I was like, ooh.
I think I might have fast-forwarded that.
Probably. But that's not a reason to have. Like, and the speech is so long. It's like they're trying to give him a doctor speech. And it's like, mate, you are dead.
Yeah.
You are straight up dead.
That's right. Run. Thank God they didn't kill Spider-Man. That's all I can say.
Exactly. Dalek Sec respects humans' courage, but Daleks don't need courage because they don't feel fear. I've never seen a Dalek refuse to go somewhere because they're afraid. So why is Dalek Sec being like, ooh, we want that courage?
I don't know, except that there is a difference between, and they say that there's a difference between an army that's fighting because they're told to and an army that's fighting for something because they will show more courage and, you know, so they will go further. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, they can control their slaves anyway, so what does it fucking matter?
Yeah. And why do they fight their own wars? Just send in pig slaves or Dalek slaves. Or,
why have they been creating pig slaves this whole time?
Stay home.
We never see the pig slaves ever again.
No. So why don't the Daleks just stay home, have a martini, have a nice, read a book, have a good time, send people out to fight the wars for them. And then it won't matter.
Yeah. Also, this is what I don't understand about the pig slaves. Are they taking humans and just somehow making them into pigs? Because I always assumed that they were taking humans and taking pigs and splicing them together.
That's what I thought.
Where did they find a bunch of pigs in the middle of New York?
Right. Now, Mr. Wilson.
Right, okay.
Mr. Wilson.
It's still an industrial city, okay? I know it's the 30s, okay? But it's still an industrialized city.
Perhaps they brought the pigs with them. We were going to make chook slaves, but we needed the eggs, so we went for pig slaves.
All right. Has anyone come up with any ideas? Dalek Just, what do you have? I have these pigs. What the fuck are we supposed to do with those pigs? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
You said you wanted ideas. I didn't know they had to be
I'm
good.
sorry. What do you have? Well, I have a bunch of chickens. What do we do with it? They lay eggs. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
What do you have, Dalek Khan? I've got a shovel. Well, that's no bloody good to us.
We don't even have hands to use it.
I've got a I've got a butchering facility. Ooh, and I've got pigs.
They've just become butchers, and then we're like, hello, welcome to Dr. Dalek's medical bacon, the best bacon in the world.
A little bit of human in it.
Yeah, we take pigs and we exterminate them for your deliciousness.
You're right. Where did they get the pigs? I don't get it. Why make pig slaves?
Who knows?
Pulled out of someone's ass, I've got to tell you.
Just another monster they wanted to make.
Yeah.
Dalek Sec commands that the Doctor be brought before him, so the Doctor abandons Martha again. With the fakest goodbye ever, he passes her his psychic paper.
I wanted to slap him a few times in this episode. Martha? Martha who? I don't know any Martha.
Yeah.
Never waste time on a hug. Punch you in the face.
And Martha's still like, I feel like he'll never understand me. What gave it away? The fact that he is 100% not interested in?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I understand that she is like, oh, will he, won't he? But literally from their first episode, he's been like, I have no interest in you whatsoever.
Yep.
I don't want to date you. I literally just got out of a relationship with, someone who I love really dearly.
Mm-hmm.
She's still like, oh, maybe.
You know what I think would have worked better in that story, in that storyline, to not make it as annoying for, particularly, I don't know as a bloke, but as a woman watching that, it's really annoying because it feels a bit condescending to Martha, is if he was the level of oblivion like Matt Smith's Doctor. Yeah. Just didn't get it. That would have worked with the Martha thing. But it's just, he knows, and he's encouraging it. He's playing a game of come here, go away. He knows how much he's hurting her. That's what put me off him in this season. It really did. And then I fell back in love with him with the Donna one.
Of course, yeah.
But I really did not. I didn't warm to him this season. It put me off him a bit.
I mean, you know what would be funny? It would make Martha look like just a total write-off character whatsoever. But if the Doctor, if they leaned into the humor of it, every time they leave the TARDIS, he's like, all right, Martha, after you, I have no feelings for you. Let's go. Well, that was a great adventure, Martha, who I have no feelings for. Let's go back to the TARDIS. By the way, we have separate rooms because I have no feelings for you.
Yeah. Well,
and then she's like, I wonder if he likes me. By the way, I heard that. I do not like you at all. Not whatsoever.
Look, it would have been better if they just not made her in love with him.
Of course it would have.
Because they ruined a really good character, a really strong female character, and they
really tried to course correct, in the later episodes when they kept bringing her back. But it was kind of too late.
It was too late. Yeah, they'd ruined her.
They shouldn't have been like, oh, we have to have characters who are in love with the Doctor.
Yeah, and it doesn't always. I don't think it works. Anyway.
Dalek Sec reveals their plan to the Doctor. They have over 1,000 people, their minds wiped, ready to be injected with Dalek DNA.
He's gotten all tender, hasn't he?
Oh, love me tender.
I thought he was going to start singing a lullaby to the near-dead people. Go to sleep.
I know. But sorry, no one noticed that over 1,000 people were going missing. I mean, I know it's the Depression, but that's still a lot of people.
Yeah, and I suppose they thought that they, got jobs and buggered off?
Who knows?
Won the lotto?
Oh.
Suicided after the the fall of the... Sorry, I shouldn't make that joke. But there were a lot of suicides after
I understand, but,
fall of the stock.
One or two people I could understand, but over 1,000 people?
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many people go missing in Australia every year. They could all be Dalek hybrids.
But I mean, the population was smaller in the 30s too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It would have been a higher percentage of the population.
And it's funny that they didn't have any, missing posters or people going around going, has anyone seen Ben? Anyone know where Bill went to?
I think they're trying to insinuate that no one cares. But it's like, what is the number when it goes from nobody cares to people being like, hey, there's a lot of people going missing. Is it 1,001? They were like, 1,000 people? Pff, whatever, it's the Depression. What, 1,001? Maybe we should investigate this.
But then, if you think about that, I don't know how many traffic people are killed in road accidents every year, 300 odd. And that we kind of go, if it's 360 one year and the next year it's 350, we go, oh, wow, that's great. That's still 350 people. At what point did it go from none to 350? And we went, that's fine.
As long as it's below
360,
lower than last year.
Yeah. At what point did we go? No one's dying in them. Well, 10 died. Oh, that's all right. Okay. That's my little. I'll get off my soapbox.
Thank you very much for that. That's fantastic.
I have a drink of water.
Yeah, it's easy. Effervescence. It's easy to ignore one or two families being like, my son's gone missing. But if there's over 1,000 families being like, hey, all of our sons and daughters have gone missing, the police can't be like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, look, they're poor. We don't care about the poor.
Jesus. Martha figures out that the Daleks are at the Empire State Building. Now, considering this is the second part of a 2-part episode, I thought Martha already knew and was just being very, very thick. But
No, she didn't.
yeah, it took me a few watches to realize, oh, she probably doesn't know. But also, if the Doctor knew, why did he never tell her? Because he spent half of the episode hanging out with... There's literally a point where he's like, oh, we're probably under Manhattan somewhere. He didn't go, yeah, we're probably directly under the Empire State Building. You should probably remember that for next episode.
He was testing her to see if she was as good as Rose.
Because it is so infuriating.
Yeah.
Watching her try and figure it out. We literally have to remind ourselves, oh, she doesn't actually know that the Empire State, because we've seen half of every episode is in the Empire State.
I know.
So I feel like everyone fucking knows.
Except Martha.
Ugh.
The Doctor told everyone but Martha.
There's no signs in the sewers that are like, you are underneath the Empire State Building.
Well, that would be handy, wouldn't it? You are under Fort Knox.
Yeah. Good thing Frank knows all about Mr. Diagris's current location, otherwise I would have been fucked.
Yeah. Well, this is why you've got Spider-Man in this episode.
But she's like, oh, we need an energy conductor. I know, let's ask Frank.
Yes, well, Frank is very, very clever.
Dalek Sec thinks that Davros was wrong to remove their emotions, as it has led to the destruction of the Dalek Empire. He wants to return Daleks to flesh beings, but the awkward glances between the rest of the cultist Garo make it seem like they're not impressed.
I don't know, flesh is squishy. I'm not happy. But it is, you're right, wonderful the way the operation
really,
of
really
the
good.
Daleks, that they convey so much and yet you can't see any emotion in.
So the Doctor decides to help the Daleks become more human and inhabit the bodies of the people they've stolen. Oh, well, if they've all been wiped anyway, might as well just stick some Dalek DNA in there.
Yeah, I worry about the morality of that.
Yeah, so do I.
Because if this was my husband or my dad or my child, I might be pissed off. I might just want them to rest in peace and not come back as a Dalek human hybrid.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
I mean, I understand recycling, but still, ugh.
Look, it's the best I could do.
Oh, well.
Martha, Frank, and Tallulah make it to the Empire State Building and find the updated plans. Martha and Tallulah talk about how their love lives suck. Martha's in love with an alien who's told her many times that he has no feelings for her and who is still stuck on his ex, and Tallulah is in love with a pig.
Tallulah really grew on me in this episode. I really...
I'm a wise guy.
Yeah, I really liked her.
They realise the change in the plans. A couple of little lines.
Oh.
The Daleks have taken control of the gene splicing to ensure the human army are 100% Dalek. When they found time to do this, I don't know.
No, me either. I have so many questions about this particular, both parts, part 1 and part 2. But yes, I have many, many questions. I'm still with you now. Where'd they get the pigs?
Yeah.
But don't get it.
Are they connected by Wi-Fi?
I have no idea.
They proclaim Dalek Sec an enemy of the Daleks along with the Doctor. The pig slaves restrain him, but Laszlo has the Doctor, and they escape into the elevator and head up to the top floor.
How stupid are the Daleks? Laszlo doesn't even look like a proper pig slave.
I know, and I know the pig slaves are stupid, but shouldn't they be like, hey, that guy doesn't look anything like us?
Well, hey, shouldn't the Daleks at some point have gone, hang on, I don't think we've finished our conversion on you.
Yeah, hey, remember that pig slave that we fucked up?
Yeah.
Isn't that him?
Remember he got away?
The Doctor heads up to the mast to remove the Dalek Anium, climbing up the Empire State Building like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, why he didn't get Frank to do that is beyond me.
Meanwhile, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is ready to bust some pig slave heads when Laz Pig goes down.
Yeah, so obviously they set that up at the beginning. They don't live long. So Laszlo, even though he wasn't completely converted, obviously got the same disease.
Oh, well, they just have limited lifespans, like the replicants out of Blade Runner.
But why? If they're spliced with a human and a pig, how long do pigs live for? They live longer than a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're not bloody mayflies or something.
I literally think the only reason they do it is so that they don't have to have a fight between the pig slaves and the 4 humans.
Oh, okay. All right, okay.
They have to find another reason why. And I think in the original script, Laszlo died. And
Oh.
then they kind of decided, actually, well, because there's this big moment. Because I thought, when I first watched this episode, I thought, oh, yeah, he does die. I thought, yep, this is it, he dies. But then the doctor goes, nah, you know what? Fuck it, he lives.
Yeah, and really, I look at Laszlo and think there are things worse than death.
Yeah.
I would be going, no, don't fix me. Let me go.
I got a sunburn. Does anyone smell bacon?
Yeah. Well, we're all hungry here at Hooverville. We're all going to kill Laszlo.
We're just going to slice off a few shavings.
Just slice off a leg.
However, Martha decides to build a conduit of metal to the lift so that when the building gets hit by lightning, it'll be time for fried pork.
I love how smart Martha is.
Aww.
I love Martha.
But wait, didn't the Daleks say the Earth is being hit by gamma radiation from the sun, not lightning?
I thought it was a mixture, was it?
I don't know.
I thought it was during the storm there'd be lightning and it would be, I don't know.
Apparently solar flares and lightning do both produce gamma radiation, but I'm not sure that a solar flare causes lightning.
Lightning. Well, then there's a coincidence.
Although scientists do seem to think that solar winds may cause more lightning strikes, but solar flares and solar winds are two separate things, and this research is in its infancy and only came out in 2014.
Wow.
So I think Russell T Davies just thought, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, one of the great joys of Doctor Who is you can suspend your belief in many
Because they
things.
know for certain that the building is going to be hit by lightning and that signals the gamma radiation. And they know exactly when it's going to be too. You know, they've got a timer on it.
It's funny because I didn't remember anything about the gamma radiation.
Yeah.
I just thought it was lightning.
Oh.
So until you just said that and I went, oh yeah, that's right. They had two phenomena at
They
once.
show the solar flare.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's going to be gamma radiation. I don't know.
I know. I think I got a little lost. Well, not lost. I think I just stopped
Bored?
caring.
Yeah. The Doctor tries to remove the panels from the mast with his sonic, but he loses his grip and it falls away.
Always happens
Yeah.
at a height.
And I was like, you must get a new sonic. No, Martha just finds it. She's like, look what I found.
All the way. It dropped in my pocket.
So he hooks himself up to the mast. The Daleks question a single human who says he is a Dalek. So the Daleks are totally sweep the whole batch, I suppose. Yep, slaps their behind. They're like, these guys are ready to go out.
I don't want them doing my quality testing. This first pair looks like undies look good. Send them all through.
They arm them and send them out to invade Manhattan.
Oh.
When did they find the time, resources, and energy to make Dalek Tommy guns?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where they got them is beyond me. Why didn't they just give them normal human guns? Why do they have to give them Dalek guns?
And also, why did they save them for the Dalek slaves? They had pig slaves who were attacking humans at the start of the episode. Yeah. Why not give them guns?
I mean, surely they were smart enough to know how to use a gun, the pig slaves.
Yeah. All you gotta do is pull a fucking trigger.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't be any worse shot than the stormtroopers, so it's gonna be okay.
Oh, man.
I didn't get it.
Also, it's a good thing that everyone the Daleks kidnapped was wearing grey. Wouldn't want someone out of place with a fancy dress on.
Oh, should I be here? I'm wearing red.
That one's too fancy. Make sure you dress them in grey before you put them up in the sky.
I wore my aquamarine for today's gathering.
I was like, why are they all dressed the same? They were all kidnapped.
And they're in mourning.
Yes, for themselves. Because they were poor, and poor people can only afford grey clothes.
They can't afford colours.
Yes. Once you become poor, you get rid of all your coloured clothes and you just exclusively have grey clothes.
Well, I'll pop on my poor uniform today.
Oh, forgot, I'm supposed to be poor today.
We've got purple here. No, you're poor.
Oh, someone's a fancy poor person. Dalek Khan designates himself as the military controller and takes control of the soldiers. The Doctor and the humans head to the theatre, but Laszlo ain't looking so good.
Nope.
The Doctor's like, excuse me, I'm in the middle of something.
And the Daleks have to be up on the stage.
Oh, I love that. They make their grand entrance by blowing up the fucking stage.
Oh, God. Unbelievable.
The Doctor tells Martha to leave for her own safety, but she refuses. Well, they don't have time because the human Daleks turn up straight away anyway.
That's exactly right.
Everyone's like, you should leave. I'm not leaving. If they said yes, it's like, okay, I'll go out that door. Well, no, they're here anyway.
I would have gone, but they turned up. You could have told me earlier. I just like that the Daleks come on and they've got 6 dicks in chains.
Yes, that's right. They bring their Dalek sec pet along with them.
And he's still got agitated penises.
Finally, a Dalek goes to shoot the Doctor himself, but Dalek Sec is shot and killed instead.
Oh.
Dalek Khan notices increased levels of serotonin in the new Dalek humans, so at least we know that they're not depressed.
That's exactly right. I was waiting for them all to break out laughing.
Yes. Their serotonin is going down. Administer the antidepressants.
I would like that. That's a good joke.
The Doctor offers to be first blood to the fledgling human Daleks, but it's all a show. Thankfully, the Doctor is correct in thinking that they are under his command. Like the perverted wishes of many nerdy fans around the world, they have a bit of Time Lord in them.
I hate the way he's standing on the back of the chairs, by the way.
Yeah.
Ugh, makes me want to slap him even more.
The Daleks attack, but they are destroyed by the Dalek humans, so Dalek Khan makes them all self-destruct, tying up that loose end.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he's on his own now. At least...
Anyway.
What a dickhead Dalek Khan is.
The Doctor offers to help Dalek Khan to stop any more genocide, but he emergency temporal shifts out of there. I'm out, bitches!
The Daleks continually try or do commit genocide.
Yeah.
If he just... Why? Yeah. Why does he not get it?
Also,
anyway.
if they found out that the Dalek humans are now Time Lord humans and they've been taken over, why don't those two Daleks be like, fuck it, temporal shift out, bitches?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Or just left Dalek Sec there to ponder. What do they care? I don't know.
They show this power that they can use all the time, apparently, but then they hardly ever use it.
I know. All this time they build this genetics lab and they make pig slaves out of pigs. We don't know where they got them from and people, and they kidnap 1,000 people, and the Doctor turns up and they, I don't know.
Who knows?
Piss off.
Who knows?
They annoy me.
Laz Pig is dying due to the limited lifespan of the pig slaves. He
Why?
says his last goodbye to his love Tallulah. But then the Doctor is sick of all the death, so he just fixes him to live out his piggy life instead.
Yeah, that's just cruel. I gotta say that I always think that I know him saving River is supposed to be nice, but he saved it to a computer program.
Yeah.
I would rather be dead. I would rather be dead. Anywho.
Frank speaks to whoever runs Hooverville now and gets them to admit Laz Pig. Tallulah and Laszlo can now finally start their new life. If Tallulah has sex with a pig slave, is it considered bestiality?
Ooh, it could be. What I'd like to know, at that point, and she's, oh, Laszlo, and she's hugging, I thought, is she going to kiss him? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All it takes is one fight, and she's like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You can stay a pig.
Pig face.
Do you think they'll be able to have their own piglets?
Oh, you do not want to have a baby with that, do you?
Listen, Laszlo, I know you want a kid, but you look at yourself in the mirror recently.
Oh, and that's the hard thing when you want to break up with your pig slave boyfriend, isn't it? It's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
Okay? It's you.
It's literally you. You're half pig, Laszlo.
I just want all human. I'm sorry.
When I said I'd love you forever, I didn't know you'd be sitting around eating your own shit.
Oh, dear. Or you'd smell so tasty.
And with that, the Doctor and Martha head off as the Doctor laments that he will probably see Dalek Khan again. Oh, let's say about a season and a half later.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he
Dalek
will.
Khan, mad as a hatter.
I wonder if Russell T Davies was already setting that up.
Probably. I mean, it's interesting because I always thought the cult of Skaro was an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Now they're gone.
Yeah, we see them twice and that's it.
Yeah, I think they're more interesting than the normal Daleks, myself. And Davros, I think, is more interesting than normal Daleks. But anyway, that was it.
Anyway, normal Daleks from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Anything else you'd like to mention about evolution of the Daleks?
Thank God I don't have to watch it again. Can I say that?
Yeah, it is a bit of a disappointment compared to the last episode. Yeah, last episode was okay. This one, yeah.
And then I looked at what's coming up and I thought, oh, there's some ones coming up that I really like. So, yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. Look, I don't know what to say of it.
Let's go into our scores. What score would you like to give it out of 5?
I'm going to give it a 1.
Oh, wow.
I really didn't like it.
Sure.
I really didn't like it. I don't like the Doctor in it. I don't like the way he treats Martha. I don't understand the pig slaves. The Daleks are dickheads. Just, I don't know. I mean, it gets a 1 because I like Martha.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. Otherwise, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more lenient. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5.
Ooh.
But yeah, not that much. It's fine, you know. Well, it's not fine.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. It just, in some ways it feels like it shouldn't be a 2-parter, but then also I understand that they wanted to save the second part for showing the Dalek sec, you know, becoming more human. But there's just a lot of just like pig slaves didn't need to be in there.
Nope.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they did help us. You know, there was some stuff. Like, I was sad that Solomon died. I liked him. Sure. But that's it. You know, I felt sorry for Laszlo. I thought they should have just let him die. But anyway, yeah. No, I like Martha's got a little bit to do in it, but she get 1 point for her. They really were not doing the 10th Doctor any favours in this season.
I suppose they were trying to show a different side of
what, a cruel?
Yeah,
that's it's just the
Doctor's
they were going to
do that
cruel.
With the 6th Doctor.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. You know, and it didn't, for me, it didn't work with the first half of Peter Capaldi's season.
Sure.
Because I didn't like him. And then, you know, after Mummy on the Orient Express, I started to understand him more. But not that I would ever turn off Doctor Who, but I was like, this is harder and harder to watch because if I don't like the main character, they're my way into the story. You know, I wasn't rooting for him. I still remember that. Martha slapped him and, not Martha, Clara, and I thought, good.
Well, yeah, you talk about Peter Capaldi, like that deep breath is such a shock where he's so mean to Clara. But then at the end, when he's there to save her, it's like, that's it, that's the Doctor. He's like, look, I might be grumpy, I might not understand who I am, but I am going to be there for you and I am going to save you. And it's like watching these episodes, it feels like the 10th Doctor could be like, all right, catch you later, bye.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in one episode he's like, I've got to go and save her. I think it was Gridlock or something. I've got to go save her.
I hardly even know her.
Yeah, but it's like,
He just the whole time he just puts her down and puts her down, and there's never any of those moments where, you're right. I think Martha could fall off a cliff and he'd go, get another companion. They really made him quite heartless.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's at the end of Evolution of the Daleks.
Yes, thank God for that.
Let's get through season 3, baby.
No, there's a few to come that I'm really looking forward to.
You can catch the hosts on Facebook at Nicchia Shit Comedy and Adam O'Sullivan Comedian. D4WH is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The podcast is available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and many more. Nicchia also hosts Neighbourhood Watching with Beck and Nick, looking at the weird and wacky neighbours just over your back fence. Available where all podcasts are. Adam regularly works with Big Fork Theatre in Brisbane. You can find him in some of the online shows on the Big Fork YouTube channel, and he also has sketches in the Get It In Ya podcast. If you enjoy D4WH, please consider jumping onto our Patreon and donating. We release episodes early, and for as little as $5 a month, we release mini episodes in between our normal episodes. D4WH is part of The Nerd Infinite, which can be found at thenerdinfinite.com. All right, get the word out. Until next time, keep searching the skies for the Doctor. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This has been a production of The Nerd Infinite. And then the sound of dragons spitting fire and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that?